welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Elle, and this is At Home with Elle, where I like to remind you that home is wherever your happiness is. You guys know the drill. Before we get started, do all the things the other YouTubers tell you to do, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, we are going to get into our next installment of the Amazon Alternatives series. Today's Amazon alternative is an alternative to the Coachtopia Alter Ego shoulder bag in the black and white checkerboard pattern. Now, this video is going to be a little different in the rest of the series, than the rest of the series, in that I actually have an Alter Ego shoulder bag to compare it to. But the reason I picked the black and white version is because the black and white version always sells out on the Coach site. And I do like the bag, but I'm not sure if I can fit a black and white bag into rotation regularly with my wardrobe. So instead of spending the $300 or so, I got this one. This one's a little pricey as far as the series is concerned. This one was $45 on Amazon. So for this video, I'm looking for two specific things. One, do I even want this bag? And again, does it suit my lifestyle? And two, is the bag good enough to replace the Coachtopia bag? So that's what we are looking to find out today. So I'm going to jump right into the specs of this bag. Now, again, you'll hear my paper because I took notes for you guys. The Amazon version of the Coachtopia Alter Ego shoulder bag has the following measurements: width 3.15 inches, height 6.3 inches, length 17.78 inches, and a shoulder strap that is adjustable from 8.27 inches to 16.1 inches. Now, the Coachtopia bag measures width 3.3 inches, height 8.0 inches, length 12.6 inches. The Coachtopia bag comes with two straps. The first makes it a shoulder bag and it's 6.5 inch drop, and the second makes it a crossbody bag with a 22.8 inch drop. Now, obviously, the Coachtopia bag is leather, and it's the leather scraps from the Tabby and the Brooklyn. Two bags that I don't have, but I absolutely love. We'll get into that another day. And the Amazon bag is made of polyurethane with a polyester lining. Now, I will say it's even mentioned on the Amazon page that this bag may come with an odor, and presumably it's because it's polyurethane. Fortunately for me, this bag did not come with an odor. And I saw a lot of the comments. Some said, yeah, it came with a little odor. Other people said, no, there was no odor. Mine did not come with an odor. So super excited about that. All right, so let's jump into actually looking at the bag. And again, this video is going to be unique in that I have a version of this bag in a different colorway so we can compare it. Right out of the gate, I love the fact that the zipper moves smoothly. And this is just the bubble wrap and the dust bag that came in the bag when it was shipped. And I just put it back in for stuffing. We can go right into the bag. It has one large pocket in the back. It's not a zipper pocket, it's not a button pocket, it's just a slip-in pocket. And it's one open compartment. And then in the front, there is, got a little fuzz on me. There is a zipper pocket. This does differ from the Coachtopia bag, and I'll show you why in a minute. The strap is a nice strap. It does actually feel like leather, and I do have to say, when I took it out of the wrapper, my first thought was the strap feels more like leather than the actual bag does. So for the look, spot on, but to actually feel it, the strap feels better than the bag itself. I'm going to take the Coachtopia bag out so I can show you guys what I mean with some of the differences that I noticed. And this is a second day look at this bag for me, because I did go ahead and unbox it. I didn't want to unbox it on camera. I wanted to actually take a good look at it, so when I did the video, I could give you guys as much information as possible. Now, you'll notice that difference right away in the measurement, but it's really weird. I'm not sure how Amazon measured this bag, because they said the length was 17.78 and the Coachtopia bag is 12.6, right? Now, obviously, the Amazon bag is larger, but that's not a 5-inch differential. So I'm not sure how this one is supposed to be 12.6 and this one is supposed to be 17.8. Yeah, I don't think that that's an accurate measurement. Also, like I said, the Coachtopia bag comes with a shoulder strap and a crossbody strap, while the Amazon bag only comes with the one strap. I have it on the setting that makes it a shoulder strap. You can make it a crossbody, but I feel like only if you're a smaller person can you make this a crossbody, because you do have multiple holes in the strap to give you a few different length options. Now, both bags do come with this one has the full leather strip on the bottom, and the Coachtopia bag has the leather strip on the bottom. The Coachtopia bag obviously is a bit larger. I'm sorry, the Amazon bag is a bit larger than the Coachtopia bag. I do like on the Coachtopia bag that there's a little loop here, so you can put the strap in the loop, and that makes it look really, really nice and put together. However, on the Amazon bag, your straps are going to hang off the side because there's no loop. There's a tiny little faux loop situation there, but there's nothing to actually secure the strap on the bag. Silver hardware. You'll see the Amazon bag, the buckle is slightly larger than the Coachtopia. Another thing I noticed when I was scoping out the bag was that there's a little D-ring here that mimics the Coachtopia bag. Let's flip this around and show you guys. And I thought that was pretty funny. This one's obviously a lot larger than the Coachtopia one. And I guess if you want to add a bag charm here, you 100% could. Or maybe if you have a Coachtopia bag or a Coach tag and you want to add it there just for the look of it, you could. It's an option. Another thing I noticed about the Amazon bag is you'll see the squares on the front and back side of the bag. But when you get to the sides, these are not squares. These are rectangles, which means all of these straps are not cut to be the same size. And what I mean by that is on the side of the Coachtopia bag, you'll see all of the squares align. And then there's pieces of the squares in here, and they come together to make that perfect angle. However, on the Amazon bag, you have rectangles and there's no cover up to the seam. The seam on the Coachtopia bag is covered with that leather stripping, and this is not. But I guess you can kind of cover it with the strap, right? It'll fall to cover like so. So it's not a bad thing, but it's just one of those things that you notice the difference in. We'll go back to the inside where we talked about the pockets. So this is an open pocket. It's a slip pocket, no button, no zipper. The second pocket is a zipper pocket. The Coachtopia bag only has one pocket, and it's a button pocket in the back of the bag. No zipper pockets on the inside. So those are the significant differences that I noticed. The Amazon bag, while I think the measurements online are off, it is still bigger than the Coachtopia bag. I will say it is soft. It does feel nice, but the strap feels better than the actual black squares of the bag. All right, now let's get into what I'm giving it as a rating. So for the overall look of the bag, I think I'll give it an 8.5, and I'm giving it an 8.5 because of the rectangles here. It bothers me that these are not squares and it's not put together in the same way. And it bothers me that there's no strip here. But it still looks really, really good. If you want to go for the black and white checkerboard and you don't want to spend the money on the Coachtopia bag, I think the look, 8.5. It's really, really good. I'm always going to go back to the very first bag of the series. The Dinky was a 10, and we had a 10 straight out of the gate, so I'm probably going to judge every bag in the series a little more harshly just because that bag did so well for me personally. So yeah, 8.5. Will I keep the bag? I honestly don't think I will. And here's the reason. If you remember, I said I had two questions. Do I even want this bag? Like, can I fit it into my lifestyle? Does it suit my style? And then the second was, is this bag good enough to replace the Coach bag? So is it good enough to replace the Coach bag? 100%. It is definitely good enough to replace the Coachtopia Alter Ego shoulder bag. Am I going to keep it? Probably not, because I've looked at it for a few days, tried to figure out some outfits that I can put together. And while I am a neutral girl, actually, I shouldn't say I'm a neutral girl. I like neutral bags, but I also like pops of color. And in my pops of color, I never consider black and white a pop of color. So I think it was a good idea for me to get the Amazon bag just to see the black and white in person, to see if it's something that I would want to keep, and then decide if I wanted to make the investment in the Coachtopia bag. Unfortunately, I don't want to make the investment in the black and white checkerboard Coachtopia bag, but I do love the Coachtopia bag, and I love the Amazon bag. It's only getting an 8.5 because of these rectangles and because of the open seam. If they would close that seam or cover it and make these rectangle squares to match the rest of the bag would be a 10 out of 10. Again, it didn't have an odor or anything like that. It only comes with the one strap, but the one strap is adjustable enough that you can make it work. So I really like the bag as far as the structure goes. So 8.5 overall. If you like this colorway and you don't want to spend the money on the Coachtopia bag, this is definitely a good bag. Unfortunately, it won't be a keeper for me because I just don't like the colorway. But if they made this bag in this color, you cannot tell me that it would not sell out on Amazon. I think it would 100% sell out if they did it all black, or if they did a maple version, that would be absolutely amazing. Or if they did the honey brown, simply because the honey brown is super hard to get at this point. I don't even know if Coach plans on releasing the honey brown again. So again, 8.5 on the bag. Amazon, if you're listening, or whoever the designer is or manufacturer of this bag, if you can make it in all black or a honey brown, honey brown, or a maple, like a dark brown color, you would 100% get way more sales on this bag, in my opinion. But for those of you who like the black and white colorway, this bag is definitely a keeper. Go for it. It's under $40 as opposed to $300. I think it's a keeper. It's a really good deal. Again, 8.5. So I have rambled on long enough in today's video. Remember, if you like this video, if you like this type of content, again, do all the things the other YouTubers tell you to do: like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I think we have one more Tuesday remaining in the series. So I will see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.